comedy maestro Judd Apatow is here for his very first appearance on Comedy Bang Bang. We're very pleased to have him. We're going to be talking about his new movie, This Is 40, and we're also going to be hearing a song from Graham Parker, who is back together with The Rumor. All of that, plus our intern Marissa Wampler is back. All of that and more, all on today's...
Comedy Bang Bang, 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 Comedy Bang Bang.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police, who investigate crime, and the district attorneys, who prosecute offenders. These are their stories. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. Great catchphrase submission. Thank you, Hand Banana, for that one. That's I think that one's going to catch on. That might be the official one. But, I mean, that sounds really professional. It was really well written, too. It's kind of familiar, too, but I don't know. Not ringing any bells. I mean, ringing a bell, but I can't answer that bell. You know what I'm saying. Hand Banana, thanks for that. If you have a catchphrase submission, please send it over to earwolf.com. And boy, we have a fantastic show here. It is the Monday after Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. You know I did. If you know anything about me, you know Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday, Bat Dance, my favorite song. And we have a really special show here today because we have a really great guest who is sitting right in front of me, a maestro of comedy. And, you know, I think it's going to be a really interesting show. And also our 16-year-old intern, Marissa Wampler, is here.
I just got here. I took mass transit from Marina Del Rey.
That's quite a long... How long did that take you?
I can't
yeah, you're always screaming. You're always screaming. Please turn yourself up or down, whatever.
Something's up with these cans. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now I'm settling right in.
Hi, Marissa. How long does it take you to get here from?
It took me like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
That is commitment. Thank you so much for joining us.
The subway to a bus to the blue bus to the green bus.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry. I just apologize for my lateness.
You know that you're supposed to be here every single episode, and you only show up every few months.
Listen, I actually am supposed to be in school right now. But
it's the Monday after Thanksgiving. You should be in school.
I know, but I decided to take a personal day because there is a lot of drama happening at school.
Okay, all right, we'll get.
Yeah, and I got a bone to pick with you.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. Let's introduce our guest though, because you know he's sitting here. We should introduce.
Oh my God, I'm freaking out right now. I'm literally freaking out.
Literally, as opposed to figuratively freaking out.
No, I have hives over half my body. When you emailed me and told me who was going to be here, I was like, whop it up.
Okay. Womp it up, by the way, is her catchphrase. Well, if this is your first show, womp up the jams. Yeah. Do you need your cans adjusted somehow?
Yeah.
I would just turn up any of these knobs or turn it down, whatever you need.
Okay. There we go.
There we go. We good? All right.
Yeah.
So let's get to it. Do you want to introduce our guest, or?
Yes, I want to do that. Okay, ready. Okay, hold on. I'm so nervous. Stop looking at me. Guest, stop looking at me. Okay, bringing to you live from the Emerald Studios, I present with a very special guest. You may know him from penning the various films such as 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Penning, by the way. Please don't use variety speak.
Yes, he uses quill to pen these various films.
As part of his shingle?
Knocked Up.
I guess I don't have.
One of my favorites, Freaks and Geeks. Undeclared. This guy is so great, and you guys are going to welcome him to the Earwolf Studios, Mr. Judd Apatow.
Oh, yeah. Welcome, Judd.
Nice to be here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very excited. That was a wonderful intro.
Thank you.
You really know my work.
I know your oeuvre, and
if people are out there who have not heard of you, they think that you wrote Knocked Up and wrote Freaks and Geeks and Undeclared from her intro.
Yeah, right.
That's all I know.
Didn't you?
Yeah, but that's not, you know, his work is a little more all-encompassing than that.
More breadth? Well, that's why I'm here to do the interview. I don't do any research on our guests. I wanted to keep it fresh.
All right. Well, Judd, I'm sorry about Marissa here. She barely ever shows up. She happened to show up on this one. I think she's a little bit of a star
She tweets at me all the time.
I do.
She's always tweeting at me.
Yes, and at your daughter Maud, who I aspire to be like. She is very cool.
At Maud Apatow.
At Maud Apatow. She hasn't tweeted. You know, weirdly enough, you tweet me back, but she does not.
I thought she blocked you.
She blocked me. She blocked me.
You said something inappropriate and she got scared and you said something about like I know where you live, but I won't bother you.
Well, it was an invite to a sleepover that was just going to be me and her, and we'd never met yet.
That she hosted.
It was actually inviting myself over to your house.
Looking at a crate.
Usually she thinks if somebody is like tweeting at her a lot, like if it's a young woman like you, like a teenager like you, she thinks it's probably like a 60-year-old man in Norway.
Yeah. Well, and my profile picture looks a little like that.
Yeah, I mean, you have the body of a 60-year-old man, definitely. We've talked about this on the show before. If you're not hearing, I mean, you can't see Marissa, obviously, but normal-sized head.
Yeah, very normal-sized head, tiny up top, almost like a skeleton up top, but then I widen out as
much
it goes
like
down.
Grimace from McDonald's.
Grimace or the pyramids, and it widens out at the bottom.
Pyramid, that's a great way.
Yeah.
You're like a three-dimensional pyramid.
Yeah, I'm a pyramid.
Which I guess a pyramid is three-dimensional. Otherwise it'd be a triangle.
I'm a pyramid scheme. Invest.
Once I went to a pyramid scheme when I was in college, and I invested $2,000. Because my friend said like he invested $2,000 and he instantly got $6,000 back. And it was a very popular in Los Angeles, I guess, for a brief moment, the pyramid scheme. And so we went to this house that was kind of half under construction, half completed, and the person who gave the speech saying how great a thing this was LeVar Burton.
What? Was he wearing those sunglasses from the Star Wars?
That barette's from Star Wars, come on.
No, Star Trek Next Generation.
He was the one that told us, like,
what are you talking about?
You can believe in this. This is real.
He's the guy who tweets pictures of all of his Emmys next to the fireplace.
Actually, now they look back at it, maybe he was a guy pretending to be LeVar Burton.
You think it was a guy? Did he have the sunglasses? Is that why you think that?
It just.
Was he wearing the Star Trek uniform? Was he wearing the Reading Rainbow uniform?
Well, he said he was LeVar Burton, but now that
was he wearing the Roots uniform?
Was it just a black man that you think looked like?
I just moved to LA and I might have been confused in that way.
Yeah,
I hadn't figured out how to tell.
Judd, you, by the way, you brought along with you Graham Parker, who...
The great
Graham Parker, who just got back together with The Rumor.
That's right. After 30 years, they just recorded a new record, 3 Chords Good, which is kind of a great record, and they're in my new film, This Is 40, as well.
Yes, so we want to say hi to Graham. Graham's going to hang out the entire show, and Graham, you're going to play a song at the end, right?
Allegedly, so I'm told, yes.
What did you bring? Did you bring an instrument?
Yeah, he has his guitar. He's
that's
holding
exciting.
it. That's what that is. That's what a guitar
okay.
is.
Guys, I'm just catching up here. I'm still asleep.
Well, thank you so much for coming, Judd. Yeah, your new film, it opens on Christmas?
December 21st. It's us. 21st. It's us versus the movie where they killed Bin Laden. So you probably want to see both, but maybe...
You don't want to have a double header on that one.
I mean, yeah, you could do both in one night. Yeah. You really have to decide for yourself, like, do you want to kill Bin Laden and then kind of, like, get over it by relaxing with our comedy? Yeah. Or see a comedy and be in a good mood, but then go, I'd like to really...
cap it off with something patriotic that stirs the soul.
Something that supports America. So, but I'm going to promote both movies in all my interviews.
I think that's smart. I think that's smart.
I think make a night of it. I used to do that where I would sneak into the another movie, and one time I saw 3 in one day, and this is my favorite combination. I saw Beauty and the Beast, Disney's Beauty and the Beast first.
A classic.
Then I saw Christian Slater's Cuffs.
I don't know if you remember that
Cuffs. Yeah, that was he was really high off of Heathers, and he was ready to make a go of it. And then I saw JFK.
How?
3.5 hours.
Do you think you might have been diagnosed as having schizophrenia after that?
I may have.
For having enjoyed all those films?
And there was a fight in JFK during the last half hour of it where a woman slapped an old woman in the theater.
Is this in New York?
No. Central California.
No.
Yeah.
Because in New York, I really do miss seeing... well, I've only been to New York twice, but when I saw...
Really? When were you there, Marissa?
I was there. I visited with Seth and Diane, had a business trip, had a medical conference there, so we went, and I saw... Lord of the Rings there, and I was sitting next to this large African-American woman, and she must have been insane, because she kept going, "Oh, stupid hobbits." Oh, they're always getting up to something, right? And I, of course, was talking back to her, like I had started a conversation with her beforehand, and then I realized, she might stab me. You know what I mean? Midway through. Those dumbass hobbits. Yeah.
But did she ever stab you?
No, she didn't. In fact, we exchanged numbers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Found a friend.
Yeah.
So, This is 40. Let's talk about it. Great film, by the way. You set up a screening for me, so I saw it, and thank you so much.
You saw it alone, right? You saw it.
I know, it was very weird, because
That's weird.
when they set up a screening for you, you assume it's like a screening is already happening, and they just invite you to it, and it's going to be a full theater. No, I walk in, I'm the only person.
Oh, God.
Well, I told them, I said, this is a powerful man, and he should see this all by himself. Don't let anyone in the theater. I told
Right.
them.
I couldn't even bring a friend.
Well, I think it's weird, what happens is, this movie oddly has been done for a few months. We were thinking about coming out in the summer, and then everyone thought, edgy family comedy would be a good complement to the Killing Bin Laden movie. And so it's been done for a while, and so we need to show people, and you have to say to yourself, well, do I try to fill the house a little bit when important people such as yourself see it? Or is the solo experience somewhat intimate and enjoyable? So how did you find the solo experience?
Did you jerk it during the film?
Come on, Marissa,
I'm just
you're a
being
16-year-old girl.
No, but
please.
there's no one in there.
She learned the term jerking about a year ago.
I just
She
want to
uses
know.
it constantly.
Did you?
Yeah.
At
a
what
sexy
point?
film.
At what point in the point of the movie where it all is lost?
At one point, and I don't want to give away any spoilers, Judd, but at one point you sort of film what I'm assuming is your fantasy of having your wife feel up Megan Fox.
There is a moment where she holds her breast to see if it's real or not. This is a real scene. I'm not making this up, Marissa.
This is inappropriate.
Which also...
Your own wife, your real-life wife, you wrote a scene where she had to feel up Megan Fox.
Well, on the bra.
This is some bullshit.
Yeah, well, it's on the bra, so it's okay.
But
that's okay to do, right? Feel up.
I'm very awkward as a director when I have to make people do things like that, even though they're comfortable. I remember when we did the 40-year-old virgin, there's a scene where the woman's boob pops out in the middle of the speed dating scene.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome.
And
You've seen that?
Yeah.
That's not for a young girl.
Yeah, yes, it is.
And my daughter, actually, the first time she saw it when she was 12. She watched it in Spanish on the HBO Latin channel.
Why?
It's almost dirtier when you watch it in Spanish.
She thought she'd get in less trouble for that. But I was so embarrassed to ask this woman to have her boob pop out. And very clearly, and I apologize if this is not true, she probably has shown them before in public settings.
Oh, okay. This wasn't somebody for whom this was the first time they'd be letting it out.
This is a professional.
This is a professional whose chest is part of their arsenal to get work. And
Yeah.
and I
Just
did
like me.
And I did one take.
Yeah, same as me.
So embarrassed.
I'll take them out right now.
See, that's wrong.
No.
You're underage.
She keeps saying
I'm just
things
saying,
like that,
this
trying
is
to
my
trap
only
us.
chance with John.
You're in 11th grade. This is very...
Yeah, but we can whop these up. No, just kidding. Keep going.
So anyway, with Megan, I'm always embarrassed to ask anyone to do anything that they're comfortable doing.
Here's what I feel like. If you have boobs that are just as beautiful as Megan Fox's, then it is your duty to take them out any wherever and whenever.
You have a limited run of years
Yes!
that you can take them out and people will enjoy it.
Take them out.
Take them out and have people film it as much as possible.
so you can look back on them.
That's what my wife Leslie's theory is.
Yes.
She's done some toplessness in movies.
She's stunning, by the way. Stunning.
I agree, and I always will say, what about the kids? Won't they be embarrassed? And she goes, no, let them deal with it. Like she has no concern for them
Absolutely.
being embarrassed.
Get it on celluloid.
Yes, and while they're rocking hot.
Yeah.
I mean, why not, in your in memoriam segment too? Like, show that clip.
Show
Exactly.
it.
You know what I mean?
Show it.
The boob pops out.
It's slowly, and then back in, and then out.
If that actress from the 40-Year-Old Virgin were to die, and they would show that clip at the in memoriam.
They would.
Not that we want her to pass away, of course. God rest her soul.
So how was it for you? You saw it alone. You had no expectations. You didn't know what it was.
I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. I usually walk into a movie with no information because I want to be surprised by
And
everything.
because you don't know how to read.
It's a big problem for me. But no, I found it very interesting. I tend to like comedies with an audience because you tend to think things are funnier when everyone is laughing at it. But at the same time, being totally alone in a theater gives you the
B-string
freedom
is
just
so
to
nasty.
laugh.
They're all nasty,
use
but
your
this
real obnoxious laugh. That
like
you can't
see
do in the
how.
theater. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. But I
See
enjoyed
how
the film
this
greatly.
is like
What is it
silver
about?
and that's like black?
It's about
That's just dirt.
Great co-hosting. By the way.
Yeah, right?
And same
I
with
guess
this
in a
one.
sense,
It's just
a little
nasty
bit of a
ass dirt.
doppelganger
So
family.
it should be shiny like
Because it
that
stars
one.
My wife Leslie and my
But since I don't
kids,
have a
Lon
B,
and
it's gonna-
Iris.
Oh, they're both in it.
They're
gonna
in-
sound
so it's a
gross,
couple
like
from
the old
Knocked
ones.
Up, and it's basically 5-6 years later. Here's what they're doing. So it's a strange kind of sort of sequel without.
Strangely, they're not hanging out with Seth Rogen.
Well, they moved because Allison got a job at CNN, so they're in Atlanta.
Okay, there it is.
But I did want to explore, that time of life when, you turn 40 and you think, how am I doing? Am I happy with my life and my job and my family, and how am I getting along with my wife? And you kind of have a nervous breakdown as you realize, like, this is what it turned into. Is it too late to change it? Am I happy? Can we fix it? And it's, it's kind of about recommitment to your plan.
And you cast the closest physical proximity to you that you could, Paul Rudd, as sort
he's
of your
slightly
character.
better looking than me. He's slightly better looking than me. He's
I don't
I wouldn't say that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
wouldn't
like
say
you, Marissa.
that.
I like
He
you.
has a closely shorn beard today, and it is doing it for me.
Actually, there are some people who like my whole thing. Every once in a while, my wife, who finds me attractive, every once in a while, she'll point out someone that she thinks is cute, and they're always really ugly. And
Really?
that throws me. It makes me feel bad about myself.
No.
So her meter is kind of askew. Is
Well,
what
It's
she,
weird.
she
It's
hangs
a little
around
weird.
with only comedians, so she's got like a, she's almost like, it's like if a person who was colorblind never saw color, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't let a lot of good-looking guys around to even
Yes,
understand
that's
they're out
very
there.
smart.
Keep her on lockdown,
That's
right?
very smart.
It was very weird having Eric Bana around when we did Funny People because
yeah.
we never have a guy who looks like that around.
No.
Right.
And so it changed the temperature on the set a little bit.
You know what I dislike is to see beautiful people who are also funny because they have no business.
I hate that.
They have no business being funny.
Nikki Fink said that recently,
Yes.
and I agree. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
well,
just-
she said beautiful people were not funny, but there are beautiful people who are funny. It's just I don't know what happened to them in their past, and they must have had acid thrown on them and then had reconstructive surgery or something.
like Two-Face?
Yeah, like, who's Two-Face?
From the
Tommy
Batman
Jones?
movies?
Who's
Cleaning the beef.
Really, you go to Tommy Lee Jones?
Tommy Lee Jones?
He'll always be Two-Faced.
You don't know who Tommy? Oh,
No, I
wait,
know who
forget
Tommy
it.
Lee Jones is, but I
Why
don't.
would
Did
you?
he play a character named Two-Face?
He's Tommy Lee
Batman
Jones.
Forever.
Oh, yeah, that's terrifying.
Tommy Lee Jones is the guy in that hot Meryl Streep fuck movie.
What movie is that? Meryl Streep takes
The
her
movie?
titties out?
No, the movie where she blows him.
What?
Continuously.
No.
That actually
doesn't-
threw my wife more than anything that's ever happened
wife.
in a movie theater. The moment when Meryl Streep in a movie theater starts giving a blowjob to
No.
Tommy Lee Jones, I've never seen my wife go
Wait,
in front of a packed
Wait.
house of
Was it
people.
Tommy? What was the effect on her? Tommy doing it or Meryl
Guys,
getting it?
I don't know.
Why is this happening
She
right
just
now?
kept, she just kept making noises and squirming, and the whole theater, everyone was like 80 years old, and she was the most
Young and vivacious.
thrown by it.
Oh, interesting.
But Megan Fox is actually hilarious, like a really
Yeah, she's really funny in the movie.
interesting girl, and so you can be that pretty and that funny, and it's annoying on some level when you
Not
go,
interested.
they can do that too.
Yeah, I know.
It's like what I don't like when good-looking people are
Yeah.
funny.
No, and then they get to go home at night and look at their beautiful boobs. It's
Yeah.
like, God,
They got it both ways.
they got it both ways.
Most comedians, you start off really ugly, and then,
Yeah.
you get
That's what I'm
successful
hoping.
enough that you
Oh.
can finally afford to train her.
Fingers crossed.
Or people just think you're attractive because you're successful now.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And suddenly they're like, that guy's kind of cute.
Right.
What is that?
Right, but really, he
but-
looks like the Hamburglar.
It's the Woody Allen
yeah,
effect.
yeah.
But it's the people really with the mask, the hamburger,
Yeah.
and the stripes.
Man,
Remember when Woody Allen was like sexy
Wish I
guy in
had
the
that
70s?
beef
Yes.
drink. It's a new
Sexy
whole new
British
set of
guy?
strings.
Yeah.
It's so
I
nice.
never saw that. Maybe that was in the 70s when it was cool to like wear those tiny tennis shorts or the squash shorts and stuff. And
The
like,
Battle of the Network Stars
yeah,
shorts.
that it was good to be completely have no muscle tone up top. Maybe that was hot back then.
And there is.
So like our parents, they didn't have muscles.
No.
They didn't go to the gym.
But you did get that sense that back then in the early 70s, Woody Allen would screw your brains out like a little mouse.
Yeah. I probably,
Like a hummingbird.
I probably eat you out for like 17 hours.
You're
God,
16 years
Marissa.
old.
Whop it up.
Please.
What? I'm trying to be adult.
I know you're
Listen,
trying.
Judd casts movies with adult content. I want him to know I'm comfortable with it.
He gets
Okay?
it by now.
He feels the star power here. He's going to want to probably do a vehicle for me.
What's your favorite movie that I've been a part of?
Oh, that you've been
Did you see Bridesmaids?
Oh my god, I love Bridesmaids. Especially that scene where they're all shitting in the sink. Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah. I like most of the people in that scene.
Yeah, there's a really gorgeous woman.
No.
And that's another woman. She's too pretty to be funny. The woman
No.
who owns the bridal
God.
salon.
Oh my gosh, she's in those
Disgusting.
commercials.
She's
The
stunning.
Marshalls
Oh, yeah, she's
Marshalls
just
commercials.
Like, she's like, never
6
paid
months
full
a
price
year
for
old.
fabulous.
Oh my God,
Someone
that's so
needs to
gross.
give her a
Bullshit.
vehicle of her own.
Me and Leslie
Big time.
we went to Marshalls because of those commercials.
I'm sorry. I'm
Well, we
sorry.
just thought if someone was that like funny and beautiful, like maybe.
And what did you find
We
there?
found that the product was what it was represented to be, which is
Good.
awesome.
Good.
She did a good job of advertising those.
Moving on.
MovieOn.org. All right, tell you what, let's take a tiny break. When we come back, we'll talk to Graham a little bit about his involvement in the movie, talk a little bit more about This Is 40. We'll be right back. This is Comedy Bang Bang.
Bump it up.
Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here with Judd Apatow and Marissa Wampler's here. And the movie, would you say that it's for people who are 40 years old exclusively?
Well, I found when we would test the movie, because you always take the movies and you show people, and then we make changes based on what people laugh at and don't laugh at. That young people, like the people you would expect to be like the super bad crowd, liked it even more than people who were 40. I think because they could just laugh at what idiots their families
Right.
are and their parents are.
Meanwhile,
And,
everyone who's 40 is sitting there next to their
This is
husband
funny.
or wife, very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because it's
You're
not-
exposing the truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'll never be like that. So there's a lot of it's the same kind of humor as Knocked Up and Superbad and the other things we do. Jason Segel's in it and Chris O'Dowd
And Albert Brooks is in it, which is,
Yes.
he's amazing in it. It's sort of like, has that broadcast news vibe to him.
What does he play?
Of drama mixed with
He
comedy.
plays Paul Rudd's father who had in vitro, and in his 60s he has triplets.
Ew.
Yeah, he had an in vitro go out of control, and he has financial problems, so it's difficult to have so many children. And yes, that was a dream
I
come
also
true.
can't find
Have
my
you ever worked with him
little
before?
thing that
No,
makes
I met him a
twisting
few
this
times
faster. I have
through
to
Gary
twist it by
Shandling.
hand,
I
which you
remember
can't
the
see
first
just
time
the
I
notepad,
met him. We went out
twist
to
this by
dinner
hand, and I have a little
and I
thing
wrote
that
down everything
you
he
can like
said.
just crank.
I just remember
I
he
can't
did a
find
bunch
it.
of Menendez brothers jokes.
Was it in the news at the time?
That was during the Menendez
Oh,
trial, so
okay.
that's how long ago this was.
That's weird.
And he was just like,
That's dark.
You don't kill your parents and then buy a new watch.
That's dark.
That's the point thing you don't do.
That's a pretty good Albert Brooks.
And so I wrote it for him, his part, and with a much trepidation brought it to him, and he liked it. And then we went into rehearsals, and of course he topped every joke I had for him and came up with better stuff. And it
So
was
great.
That's
It was
awesome.
great. But the movie is, it's very funny. It's not just for fogies. It's like the 40-year-old virgin. You don't have to be
Everybody
40.
likes that movie.
Yeah.
I
You
used
don't
to-
have to be 40-year-old and a virgin in order to enjoy that
No.
movie.
But-
Almost all my movies have the number 40 in them.
Mhm.
And
Interesting.
I wish I could inject the word 40 into all the movies we've already made.
Right. Superbad 40
God,
or
40
Restringing
Bridesmaids,
is nasty.
something.
That would be one that would perhaps take place in like the Middle East. 40 brides for
Yes,
40
yeah,
for
that's
one brother.
Exactly.
For one brother.
But yeah, you don't have to have the thing happen. You don't have to have your family taken to enjoy Taken, right?
Oh, I can't wait for Taken. Oh my God,
You haven't
those
seen it
trailers.
yet?
Taken
Taken
2,
2.
it's not out yet, is it?
Yeah, this is the Monday before Thanksgiving. Of course
Oh
it's out.
God,
Or
I
Monday
gotta
after
see it. I hope
Thanksgiving.
it's still in the theaters. Oh, I just love
You've
that.
missed this. You've slept on this.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
How do you like Life of Pi? That just came out last week as well.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet, but I'll get back to you on my film reviews.
Yeah, look at how
Wait, are you doing a new segment?
Yeah,
on this?
nasty and
All
black
right,
it is.
Let's talk to Graham for a second because
The whole
I'd love
string
to
is
hear
like
how,
that.
First, let me ask you.
Like, you can see
insinuate, tell
the-
me, how did Graham here get involved in the movie?
Well, I've always been
How
a
the
giant fan
G
of Graham
string
Barker 'cause he rocks, and there's also
is
some
nice and
vicious
shiny,
funny
and so is this
lyrics,
one, and it's
in
just
some of the
dull
songs.
looking.
If people don't know,
It
Graham
should
Parker
be shiny
and Rumor
too.
had a bunch of great albums in the late
But that's
70s
just
and
the
early
dirt
80s.
and
They were
grime
together
and
until 1980, and
old strings.
they were, they have. I think
I
several of
had
their
like
records
4
are like
sets
in
of
the
strings. This is
top
crazy to me.
few hundred
What's-
greatest rock albums ever.
What song
ever
are they
made.
most famous
Yeah, this
for?
whole
Well,
string
they're
of
most
fucking
famous
black
probably for
man.
the Local Girls.
Oh, yeah.
Don't bother with it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to sing in front of you, Graham,
No,
but
keep going.
you can do it better than me.
Right.
And so what I wanted to do in the movie was to show that Paul Rudd has this independent record label, and he's trying to put out records by all the people that he worshipped when he was younger in the 70s and 80s.
Gap.
He's trying to help them get their new music out there. People he thinks deserve to continue
it's
to be heard. And so I needed somebody who was comfortable making fun of the fact that they were having trouble selling records in 2012, which is actually almost everyone on Earth.
Yeah,
no one buys records
no one
anymore.
buys records.
They steal them. And he was so funny about it. And I saw a documentary about him where he said
it's not really coming across with this
he
light,
didn't
but
pay dues at the beginning of his career. He's paying his dues
little
now.
tiny gaps.
and I
frets
love his music and want to
where
expose
see
it
that?
in the movie,
See how
while
it gets
also
dark?
making fun of how screwed all these artists are who are having trouble navigating the new music business.
So, Graham, how did you get involved in the movie? When Judd called you, how did you feel about it?
Yeah.
He says you have a sense of humor about it, but how did you feel when you read the part?
Well, first off, I just decided to get the rumor together for no good reason after a gap of 31 years.
A great reason, because
Well,
you sound amazing.
Not when it's a six-piece band and you're not extremely rich, you know. Not really. No,
That's true.
There's no good reason.
You want to eliminate some of the overhead, usually.
Yeah, exactly. It's playing solo is much better, much safer, you know, for my pocket anyway. But anyway, there it was, sitting there like a fat matzo ball in front of me, the rumor, and I'd got the studio and everything.
Resuming episode.
What I know about him is just more from television. I tried reaching.
Paul, your mother and I want to talk to you.
Yes,
Okay?
of course.
Why are you acting all nervous?
I'm in my nightstand.
Oh my.
Because it was like still weird to jerk off at the family computer. You know?
Alright, are we recording? I mean, are we recording?
We are recording. Yes.
Okay, let's just do this then. Paul, your mother and I want to talk to you.
Yes,
Okay?
of course.
Why are you acting all nervous?
Uncle Tim.
Uncle Tim, we're trying to talk
Uncle
to
Tim,
Paul right now.
Please.
Yes, we were in the middle of parenting.
Yes, we are in the middle of parenting.
You
I'm not
told
nervous,
me he'd
Dad.
be out a week ago. You told me the uncle would be gone.
I know, and I think he's the bad influence here.
What's up?
Remember 6 months ago we had the discussion about there's nothing wrong with masturbation. We know you're at that age where you're going to be doing that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We're fine with that. If you ever want to talk
And
to
I
me
still-
or
but I still
your
have
mother.
it. I mean, I appreciate you saying that, but I still have it.
Okay.
Is Tim here?
Oh my God.
Can you please knock
For the-
before you open the door? We're having a family
Sorry,
conversation.
Tim told me to swing by.
No.
Are you guys in the middle of parenting?
Yes, we're in the middle of parenting.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, I'll go look for Tim outside.
He's around back. Thank
right.
you. And close the gate.
And tell him-
The dog got out last time.
I love that dog.
Thank you.
We know
I
you.
don't,
Go
I'm,
ahead.
no,
No, go ahead.
I don't even.
You go
I'm
ahead.
so uncomfortable about this.
There's
Look,
nothing to be uncomfortable
You're
about.
masturbating at the family computer, so not only have you done it, you're doing it at the family computer.
And the A key is sticking. And I can't do my Pinterest, and I can't do my cat forwards.
The A key is always stuck. I've said that
Paul,
for a long
before
time.
you say
since we bought
anything
the
else,
computer, I
let's
said
not-
the A key's an
no
issue.
lying. Just no lying.
I know it hurts my heart.
You can masturbate, buddy. You can just print out an image earlier in the day on the computer, then bring it back to your room, and then masturbate there later.
Can we say appreciate yourself? I'm just so upset about the word. I don't like it.
This is an upgrade from jacking off, honey.
Oh God.
Hey, your printer's out of toner.
Why are you using our printer?
I thought you were out back.
I was going to go out back, but then I saw the printer. I had to print up a boarding pass and some other stuff.
It better be a boarding pass.
Oh, it's a boarding pass, all right.
It's out of toner, but it's only a couple specific colors if you just want to refill.
Oh, God. Is it nipple color? Is that what's out?
It's the
Is
pink,
it areola color?
It's the pink and the sort of fleshy tones color. So
I'm going to be sick, Phil.
Honey, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with any of this. The problem is it being done at the computer. So it sounds like you are printing out pictures, but you're still masturbating at the computer.
Okay, I
that
admit
doesn't
it.
make any
All right,
sense.
Mom and Dad, is this what you want to hear? Your little boy is whacking it.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you trying to make us uncomfortable? Because I'm not.
Well, I'm fighting fire with here. You guys come at me with these accusations about the family computer. I admit it, but it's the family computer. So if you two want to do anything on that computer, I think we should make it acceptable because it is the family computer.
You know, I just wish you'd use your imagination a little bit more.
Look,
you know,
Mom,
I mean,
it's
what did we
1996,
pay for
okay?
drama camp for?
Imagination is done. I got the whole World Wide Web waiting for me, and a big old printer.
Son, all right, maybe he's right. What are you saying, imagination? You want him to imagine scenarios?
I don't know. I think he's such a creative person, and if he could just apply himself to that, does he have to really just type in something and see it to actually believe it? Can't he just close his eyes and picture it? It would be a lot.
Typing in. What are you typing in? Let's just have an honest conversation.
What do you type in?
Butts.
Oh, God.
And you just put B-U-T-T-S?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's like his father. He's a butt man.
Honey.
Well.
We don't need to have this conversation.
Well, all right.
I don't know why this has to be a 2 against 1 conversation. Why can't this just be an open conversation where I'm not the only one who whacks it in this.
He keeps on using that song. I mean, you have
your turns, I have my
voice,
turns,
sweetheart,
Mom.
He can say whack it if that's the way we have to talk about this.
If that is the way we have to talk about this.
Are you saying that I whack it sometimes at the family computer?
Oh, well, now that's interesting.
I'm
I didn't even
asking
think
if
about
he
that.
said that.
I'm not making.
If I did, I would use a towel and I'd pre-wrap my penis, and that way, if I ejaculated, it wouldn't get in the
Lord.
keys.
Oh, Phil,
I'm just saying, I'd be
honest to
responsible.
That's good. At least we're having a dialogue here about the family computer.
There's no more good socks in the house.
Do we ever do anything on the family computer that offends you?
Oh, when I come across those documents filled with your hate speech.
Okay.
Do you think that's offensive to me?
Those are
Your
documents
newsletters?
that I'm not.
Those are for his secret meetings, honey.
Those people subscribe to my newsletter, and if they don't want to read it, they don't have to.
You're just a degree away on the internet, though. You could have a website for your. I'm just saying what offends me more is the newsletter aspect of it, of printing it out and sending it out.
You mean the format of a newsletter is what upsets you?
Yeah, look.
What should it be? A blog? A vlog?
A vlog, a blog, a grog.
What's a grog?
That's a log that you keep on the ground.
We cut to later when some of his friends pick him up for a crazy Saturday night, and he's really upset because he's let it out to some older people what a grog is.
Hey, Paul, come on, man. Get in my fucking Jeep, bro.
Oh, hey, dude.
Whoa, don't tell me you're moping again, brother.
I'm a little moping. It's going to be a Saturday night mope sesh for me, boys.
It can't be, man. We're going to Karen's house, dude. We're going to get wild. Shut up, above ground pool. We're going to Karen's. We're going to do cannonballs. We're going to dive through tubes, man. Shit's going to get fucking wild.
It's not going to be a party after I tell you about a little bean I spilled to my parents.
What?
What'd you say?
I think you know.
No,
you can tell just by how disappointed I am.
We made a fucking pact,
You
Paul.
told him about that hobo we killed?
No, worse.
Not a grog.
I told him about the grog.
Dude, this is gonna be the new
Are you fucking kidding me,
way
man?
to buy heroin and guns on the internet. Parents can't find out about this.
Well, I let it slip. I'm sorry. I was backed into a corner. They were accusing me of
Yeah, I knew this was coming. Those fucking.
And I had one card to play, so I told them about the grog, okay?
You explained how it was like a log on the ground?
They can't fucking know that. Now they can find it. Now they know where it is.
Now they know exactly where to look.
Shit, man.
Just don't tell Karen.
We cut to some parents with flashlights out in the woods.
I don't know. He said it was somewhere on the ground. Watch where you step.
He said it was a log, and apparently it's a new way to trade information.
Hey, is Tim with you guys?
No, he is not.
He's not.
And ask him if he took my flashlight.
Okay. I'll head back here, please.
Oh, where is it?
There could be any, but there could be several glogs.
And I don't understand. This is how kids communicate with each other?
I suppose so. It seems to be going backwards rather than forwards.
What, do they put a note in the log in the ground or something?
I don't know.
And then
That
they
could
roll
be how
it?
they do it.
I'm confused.
Oh, maybe this is it. No, this is just a branch on the ground.
Oh, check.
full
Look
log.
closer. No, you're right. It hasn't reached log levels.
No, it's not.
Still just a branch.
Baby log.
What's that over there next to the bush? No, over there.
Wait, let me move 5 feet over. And I'm looking down. No, it's not a branch or a log.
What is it?
A twig.
We're going nowhere.
Wait a minute, over there, in the moon, in the moon
there
vein.
it
That looks like a
In
log.
the moon
That
vein.
looks like a log.
I think that's the
This
ground
is it.
log.
What do we do? How do we log in?
These
Get it?
kids.
Please, honey,
Sorry.
not
It was
now.
just
We're trying
funny.
to find
It was
out.
funny. It was funny.
I'm
It
laughing.
was funny.
Okay, let's see. I'm turning it over. Maybe it's underneath the log.
Oh, how are you here? You guys are adults. Oh no.
All these teens skitter away.
Oh.
I was gonna buy an MP5.
What the hell? Come back here. What are you doing? What? How does it work?
Explain.
You'll never understand. You're too old.
Oh.
Ah!
I was afraid that was why we
Did he
couldn't
just fall off a
understand.
cliff?
I think so.
Welcome to Improv for Humans with Matt Besser. That's me. We got 3 humans today, folks. Improvising off your suggestions, maybe. I got this show so produced today, I don't even know if we have time for your suggestions, but other sources will inspire stories, conversations, opinions, ultimately comedy gold. We have 2 new interns on the show I want to get to in the second.
Nice and shiny, except for that
in the world,
bee.
John Davis, Nicole Parker, Paul Rust. Welcome to the show, guys.
Didn't
This
do
is
the
a
best
big
on
day to
the
be here.
Yeah, I'm feeling that.
You feeling that?
turns for some of them. The A string's got
Shit,
bad
we
turns.
got
Everything else is good.
My
I always fuck the A
ex-intern
string
here, I
up.
guess you're training them, Kevin? Because he's on the payroll now.
Oh, he's the one person being paid at this
That's
fucking
good.
company.
Hey, Mitch.
Sorry.
Thanks. I usually wait till Mitch to get into that.
I had to ask if maybe I could take the copy of a shoe someone sent in that has my face on it. They were like, I think so. I was like, yeah, I think I can have one. It's my name and face.
What the fuck? We mean you think so? You can totally have it.
I know.
That's crazy. Can you believe that? We have 2 new interns here. Alan the intern and Dalton the intern. I don't know their last names yet. We'll find that out.
The intern.
We'll find out when they come. They both... We should give them a mic or something. Do we have an extra mic here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brett, give me yours.
Nicole's first time on the show.
Yay!
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Nicole.
Thank you.
What are you doing these days? What are you promoting these days?
Well, these days I do a show at the Rockwell. You been to the Rockwell Table and Stage?
Yes.
Love the
It's really
rock.
I saw unauthorized scream.
That's right. I did that last year. You must not have seen me.
I saw it this year. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I only did it a couple times this year. Yeah, they'll take a movie and sort of take songs from like the era. So like right now they're doing True Beverly Hills. They're doing like songs from that time. But I have a show that I do called Suitcase Full of Lies, which was based on. It was inspired by Suzanne Summers' one woman show on Broadway, which ran for 2 weeks. I saw a Friday matinee. She wore a leotard and high heels the entire time. And it was all projected on a giant television screen behind her. And so I sort of have created this character who dresses similarly and sounds similar, but it's just sort of like a, you know, it's a send-up of like a one-woman show full of nonsense.
That's awesome.
That's
Some
awesome.
improv and some songs, and we'll be doing that in September again.
Yeah, here you can
Keep an eye
sing.
out.
My wife
I
said
can
you
sing,
were
oh, yes.
you were in Wicked.
Yes, she God bless. You know, and Casey, whenever I see them, they just want to talk about musical theater. I'm happy that it's becoming a little more popular these days.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, that was Elphaba, the Green Witch in Wicked on Broadway.
Well, I've never seen it, but I love the soundtrack. Tell me, can you give me a
She
piece
sings
of
the,
her song?
yeah,
give me a little taste.
I think I'll try defying gravity. It's that one. And at the end she goes, really crazy. For no reason. It was just like Idina Menzel was like, I'm not doing enough. So I think I'll just bump it up an extra octave and just have a war cry.
I saw Wicked on Broadway.
Did you?
Yes, I did. My mom and dad and my 2 younger brothers, all 5 of us went.
Did you like it?
I truly enjoyed it. Yeah.
It's like pretty good. It's the kind of show that even dads can enjoy. Like when when I would like be signing little girls' autographs, the dad behind would be like, "This is pretty good. This is pretty good. This is pretty good."
That's good.
Yeah, I DVR'd the baseball game. So this is
Yeah.
I saw Wicked just a stone's throw away from here at the Pantages. Not on Broadway.
No, but the
Don't let
Pantages
people
is a...
know where we are.
The undisclosed location.
Someone can get to the Pantages, throw a stone,
Yeah,
and
they'll throw it in every direction.
Depends on the weight of the stone.
It's good there, though. It's like a rock
Cindy?
concert there.
Yeah, it's fun.
Cindy, great.
Yes.
It was a great show tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Relatively, overall, the cast did great. I think. I know this is your second week doing the Mary Poppins role,
Right.
You're doing this weird thing at the end of Spoonful
Oh,
of Sugar.
okay.
You know
Great.
that
No,
thing
I
you're
love
adding?
feedback. Yeah, no. Can you tell me? I don't know.
Well, it's getting longer and longer every night, so it seems like you do know what it is.
Oh, you know what? When I'm out there, I'm just sort of, I don't know, I'm her. And so to be perfectly honest, sometimes I'm not quite sure. I sort of just follow where Ms. Poppins leads me, you know what I mean?
Right, but it's scaring a lot of the children.
Honest, this is a little bit frightening. Okay, all right, fine.
Is this like speaking in tongues to you? Because that's more resembles that.
I just think that I think that we've missed what the real story is here. Okay, and yes, I disagree with how this has been directed. I think it's actually, we're not thinking about how horrifying it is that a woman flies into a house and completely changes these children's perspectives and
helps them
and uses dark magic. And honestly, I do think that Mary
I
Poppins
always
is a dark
assumed it was
and
white
evil
magic.
person.
Why do you think it's dark magic? That's not in the words of the script anywhere.
Well, then, you know, you didn't read between the lines. You know?
Well, if you want to keep the job, no more. And then we cut to the next night in the middle of Spoonful of Sugar.
Light a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down and down. The medicine go down and down. The medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, down into the pits of hell. Sonia manis mea culpa somnomne, mea culpa sonia
We quickly cut to some children out in the audience watching this.
Mommy?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Mother, may I make an observation where I make a twist on the title of the show?
Yes, you want to do one of your punny title reviews?
Yes.
Gary, go ahead.
More like Scary Poppins.
One of your stronger
Backstage after the show.
Great show, everybody. Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Actually, Cindy,
What? Oh, hi.
word on the street, they're twisting the title of the show, and they're calling it Scary Poppins now. That's the word on the street. and children and families are asking for refunds. What are you doing to us?
I'm sorry. I just.
Oh, hello, random person that's here watching. I just restrung my guitar and I'm gonna play some music.
hidden far away. Someday I'll return. Tell the metal table into your It's hidden far away. Someday I'll return. Tell the metal table into all I fall. Now without you I wander softly and secretly afraid. You last the tears will last those something. What's the next verse? I don't remember the lyrics. Ah!
Oh well. These are new strings, so I gotta kind of tune them a lot. Also, my pickups are kind of fucked up. I can do better loops than that. Now I've hit the wrong thing on my pickups. Come on, pickups. God damn it. Yeah, it's too long apparently for the loop station. thanks, Wasson, Wason, Wasson. I don't know if you're still here. Let me check, just for 1 second. Oh yeah, you are still here. Or somebody's here. Maybe it's me. settings for that. that song, but it's much better with drums and keys on it. random chords. Yeah, I'm not doing a very good job playing music today. That's okay. Yeah, not super satisfied with the jams today. I kind of wanted more time. I think Marty's gonna be home sooner. I don't know. Whatever. It's still good, I guess. Not really feeling it. Not getting the satisfaction I would like. Okay, well, no one watches these, so... Bye.